Here's the text with proper punctuation. Outcasts are oppressing us as they are on their way. Neil deGrasse Tyson yells out, certifying the most frustrating and awful disclosure made by the Wayfarer in the past 10 years. An exposure that scientists were not the smallest bit prepared for. Since the Pioneer sent back this disturbing data from space, analysts have been unable to rest, and everyone is walking around in a stressed environment. Experts, specialists, and modelers have been summoned from their stations to fight these strange objects that Pioneer just spotted. We have no clue about where these uncommon things are coming from or where they are going, yet we can be sure that we have seen nothing like them before. What are these confusing articles that were recently found by Traveler 1? Join us today as we dissect these reactions in Neil deGrasse Tyson's Pioneer 1, which has identified 500 dark objects passing by in space. For close to 50 years, Voyager 1 has been cruising through the streets of space, researching the significant areas that ground-based telescopes have been prohibited from seeing, and uncovering discoveries that leave us completely shocked. Thanks to the genius characters at the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Lab, Voyager 1 has been the brilliant core to new regions of intergalactic space. This engineering masterpiece has awakened us to the wonderful supernatural occurrences that exist in our universe. In another development, Neil deGrasse Tyson has confirmed that Voyager has recognized 500 dark objects drifting serenely in space. This news came as a shock to mainstream analysts, shaking them as everyone began poring over the data gathered by Voyager 1. Something odd was brewing not too far off, and it was challenging to solve this frothing puzzle that had paralyzed even the best of specialists. Since Neil deGrasse Tyson confirmed this discovery, various interpretations have been flying in the air, attempting to draw a clear picture of the mystery. Had it been another rocket that transmitted the type of stunning data that was recently conveyed from space, analysts might have questioned the validity of the information. However, it is Voyager 1 we are discussing here, the space probe that has been cruising through the vast expanse of space for nearly 50 years and has exceeded our expectations. Like a patient who beat cancer, Voyager 1 has outlived the predicted lifespan of 3 years to spend more than 45 years in space, uncovering history-making discoveries. Meanwhile, the most captivating part of this well-known story is that Voyager is writing this success story from a very far distance from Earth. The last time analysts checked, they saw that the space probe was 14.5 billion miles from our planet, running endlessly in space with no sign of slowing down anytime soon. Researchers say that the space probe has been traveling at a rate several times the distance between the Earth and the Sun every year. This is one fact that scientists have found a little hard to believe because ordinarily, one would have expected the space probe's speed to have declined significantly, given the longevity of its mission in space. Upon further inspection, it appears Voyager 1 is the exception in this story, and it has shown evidence of this again with its latest discoveries. It was just like any other day for specialists when Voyager 1 delivered exciting news that would stick in their memories for a long time. Voyager 1 had stumbled upon a few unusual objects passing by in space. This discovery was startling, which explains the initial confusion among space experts when they examined data showing that around 500 dark objects had appeared out of nowhere. In a brief second, we went from having no knowledge of these objects to specialists breaking their intellectual prowess, searching for answers to this puzzle that nature had placed in their laps. Scientists were in a fix, and the blame could be traced to only one guilty party, Pioneer 1. Suddenly, analysts also knew that the solution to unraveling this mystery also lay on the heavy shoulders of the space probe. At first, when news of this discovery broke out, some specialists wondered how it was possible that it could have been a mistake. They thought that Voyager might initially be misreading it and thus might be sending back incorrect data. If we choose to follow this unfolding path, it seems a plausible explanation, given that Pioneer 1 was launched as far back as 1977. Almost 50 years of active service for humankind, one would expect the probe's computers to have become exhausted and started to mess up, floundering in their duties, and sending back low-quality data to the ground crew. As enticing as this scenario sounds, analysts have advised that we shouldn't settle there, as it would be a slap to the sacrificial spirit of the Voyager. Disregarding the harsh and unpredictable environment of space, Voyager 1 has consistently delivered valuable data about our universe. Contrary to the hasty assumptions of skeptics, the space probe has maintained its long life thanks to its dual redundant computer systems. Like its twin, Voyager 2. Voyager 1 came equipped with 2 sets of command subsystems, flight data systems, FDS, and attitude and articulation control systems, ACS. This has been the secret behind the spacecraft's tough, fighting spirit when it comes to navigating through space and revealing discoveries. The redundancy allowed for continuous switching among systems and the ability to activate dormant computer parts, thus extending their lifespan. When designing Voyager 1, the specialists on Earth devised a plan to enhance the probe's efficiency. This required the instruments to rely on simplified systems, as they were constrained by time requirements and power budget limitations. Electrical engineers concluded that the instruments needed to be developed using streamlined systems that relied on hardware logic. As a result, Voyager's computer systems contain 6 onboard computers organized as a distributed system with 3 dual redundant pairs. Having overcome this hurdle, analysts faced the next tall order, maintaining the systems. This daunting level was conquered by devising a continuous power management plan. Here's where it gets a bit tricky. Power management involved supporting the operational functions of Voyager's computer systems. To be honest, this is a difficult task, given the limited power resources available on board the spacecraft. It was like sending a hunter into the deep wilderness to hunt wild animals with only a handful of tools. Nevertheless, scientists found a way to get around this issue by devising several measures to monitor and optimize power consumption on board Voyager. A prime example of these power management measures that specialists devised is the selective shutdown of non-essential systems. Engineers were forced to make this tough decision and used a systematic approach to identify and deactivate parts or subsystems that are not critical for the spacecraft's primary mission objectives. We see evidence of this when we consider heaters associated with certain instruments that had to be turned off. These heaters were initially designed to maintain the instruments at specific temperatures for optimal performance. However, the story had to be revised by activating them only when necessary, as it greatly reduced power consumption on board the spacecraft. This reduction in the spacecraft's power use had a ripple effect. It extended the probe's lifespan. This is a win-win situation for everyone. Additionally, we should remember that the decision to shut down non-essential systems is not taken lightly. Such a planned action requires careful consideration of the trade-offs between power conservation and the scientific objectives of the spacecraft. Whenever such a decision was made, all hands had to be on deck. Specialists and scientists needed to come together and assess the impact of deactivating specific systems on the quality and availability of scientific data. Emotions were not driving the decision-making, it was all about the facts at hand. The team was driven by the desire to maximize power efficiency while maintaining the essential functionality of the spacecraft, so it could continue to gather valuable data about our universe undisturbed. Engineers and scientists alike wanted nothing to prevent Voyager 1 from revealing the deep mysteries locked away in the hidden regions of space. Mysteries that the universe has been keeping from us for years. However, targeted power reduction is not the only way that NASA specialists are keeping Voyager afloat and operating optimally in space. They had another trump card up their sleeves, which they needed to bring to the table to support the spacecraft. The specialists had to devise power management strategies that are adapted to the ever-changing conditions of the spacecraft's environment. For example, as Voyager 1 ventures farther away from the Sun, the available solar energy diminishes. We would agree that this is a problem. But the specialists were prepared. They compensated for this growing threat by ensuring that the spacecraft adjusted its power consumption accordingly. This adaptive approach is a win for NASA engineers and specialists, as it ensures that the available power resources are efficiently allocated to support the probe's critical tasks and data transmission back to Earth. The good news doesn't end here. There have been continuous technical advancements and upgrades in power management, which have allowed specialists to refine and streamline the spacecraft's power system over the years. A close look at these improvements reveals that they involve more efficient power distribution, improved battery charging techniques, and advancements in power regulation and control. The implementation of well-thought-out and planned power management strategies has opened an exciting door for engineers. It has made it feasible for them to extend the operational lifespan of Voyager 1 alongside its twin, Voyager 2. This is a significant accomplishment for mainstream analysts and the world in general. The careful allocation and management of power resources have given Voyager 1 the necessary resilience to continue exploring the depths of the universe. The discovery resonated through the halls of scientific inquiry with seismic force. Neil deGrasse Tyson's urgent announcement echoed across the globe, underscoring 10 years of meticulous research by Voyager 1 amid the vast domain of interstellar space. The spacecraft had inadvertently discovered a critical anomaly, 500 perplexing elements, their origins and purposes shrouded in cosmic mystery. Gliding silently through the void, this unexpected encounter sparked a frenzy of scientific inquiry. Scientists and researchers worldwide began a coordinated effort to understand these enigmatic objects, striving to decipher their origins and purposes. The rare discovery by Voyager 1 opened a new chapter in space exploration, challenging existing theories and inspiring new perspectives on cosmic phenomena. In laboratories and observatories, experts analyzed data from Voyager, employing cutting-edge technologies to unravel the secrets of these interstellar interlopers. Theories abounded, from speculative ideas about unknown cosmic processes to the possibility of artificial origins. This revelation not only captured the imagination of the public, but also redefined the boundaries of scientific exploration. Voyager 1's findings prompted renewed interest in the mysteries of the universe. Researchers recognized that this discovery might lead to paradigm shifts in our understanding of space. Collaborations between international space agencies, academic institutions, and independent researchers began to accelerate, pooling resources and knowledge to investigate the nature of these dark objects. As new data was collected and analyzed, a clearer picture began to emerge, though the final answers remained elusive. The world watched with bated breath as scientists pieced together the puzzle, knowing that each new insight could change the course of humanity's understanding of the cosmos.